We're going to Nashville, right here in our backyard. Christy's on the line. Christy, you're on the Ken Coleman Show.
Hi, Ken. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I've been listening to you ever since your show started, and I
Wow.
used your proximity principle and your resume template and got an interview for next week.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit nervous, though, because it feels like a stretch. It feels like a reach, but
Okay.
it's exactly where I want to go. And so I just wanted some advice on how to not sound like I have no clue what I'm doing or that I feel totally out of my league in this interview.
Well, number one, don't feel like you're out of your league. You need to change that mental thought between now and that interview. Because I'm guessing that you actually reached for it because you believe in yourself that you can do it. Am I right?
I can do it.
I know you
Yes.
can. So let that be the thought. Why do you think it's
Okay.
a reach?
I've been teaching for 13 years, and it's all I've ever wanted to do. But just lately, I have been wanting, well, not lately, but for a while now, I've been wanting to do something else. And that's why I started to listen to you. And forever, I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. I used your steps and just
I love it.
kept thinking about it and thinking about it. And it hit me one day that this is what I wanted to do.
Which
And
is
so,
what? What is this role? What is this?
This is an instructional designer or an instructional technologist. So basically, I'd be helping build curriculum, which is the part of teaching that I love the most at this point in my career. I don't really like the teaching part anymore. I like
I love it.
the planning and
So guess what?
and the curriculum side of it.
You need to lead with that statement. Because early on in that conversation, in that interview, it's going to say, why are you interested in this? Why this position? You need to say that right there. I've been an
Okay.
educator for 13 years. But my favorite part has always been the daily planning of what I'm going to teach, which is essentially day-to-day curriculum building. I've always wanted to build curriculum. And so I've been training for this position for 13 years. I'd lead with a statement like that. You just laughed.
Okay.
You just chuckled. Why did you chuckle?
Because I don't know, it seems so simple that, yeah, of course, that's what I've been doing for 13 years.
Right.
But I never thought of it that way. It feels like
know.
I'm going to go in there and be like, I have no experience. I don't know what I'm doing, but you
Wait
just turned
a
it on
sec.
its head.
I did. And that's why you chuckled, because you know it's true. By the way, we should all use the word chuckle more. That's the fourth time I've said it in 30 seconds.
That's a good word.
It is a great word, isn't it? But here's the deal, Christy. You actually are wildly experienced. So your whole mindset now literally has to change. Just like that. Boom.
Yeah.
Because you actually agreed with me when I said it. You're like, oh my gosh, I've been so in my head about doubt that I'm not even thinking straight. And it takes
I guess I've been in my head because they use different systems and they use
doesn't matter.
different platforms.
Doesn't matter. Wait a second. It doesn't matter about systems and platform. It matters, do you have the ability and the skill to create content that is easily followed so someone can learn? Yes or no?
Of course, yes, I do.
Of course you do. So now your whole mindset changes and you go into this interview going, yeah, I've been training for this for 13 years. This is the part of my gig that I have enjoyed the most, and I've been creating curriculum for 13 years. Because you have been creating curriculum for 13 years. Different environment.
Yeah.
Different way of doing it, but you have been doing it. You're crazy qualified for it.
So how do I acknowledge that if they bring that up? Because it mentions specific systems, and
well, let me ask you this.
I don't want to say I don't know anything about it because I really don't.
Well, let me ask you this. What do you know about the systems to the point that do you know that, hey, this is something that I understand. It's not going to come across as like hieroglyphics. I can actually understand it to the point that if I learn it, I can do it. Or are they saying you've got to know this particular type of technology language before you even get in the door? What's the situation?
It just said it didn't say required, but you know how they do required and preferred. And that was one of the preferred things, was that there was a fluency with this system. And I did some research on it, but when I did research on it, it looked like it was the name of like a broader platform with lots of platforms underneath. So I couldn't really pinpoint exactly what they wanted.
Well, what's your gut? What's your gut tell you about your ability to do this role?
I know I'd be able to learn it quickly because that's what I want to do, and because I'd be fired up about it. So
now, now this is an important distinction. So we've talked about your mindset, but let's talk about the reality here. What would be ideal is that you would know this stuff, that you knew that you needed to have this, and that you went and got that training so that you went and said, all right, now look, here's the deal. While I've never been in a actual job using this technology, I did go get training and I got certified, or I've got a learning certificate or whatever. I don't know what you'd say, but you went and got trained on it. So now your only edge, and I like how you say, because this is a reach now because of that, but you got to look them in the eye and go, I am really good at developing curriculum, and I'm very confident I can learn this. So the question is, do I have the option to learn, learn it as I go? That's the situation. If they're not interested in teaching you as you go, then you're not going to get this gig. But I still say go for it.
Yeah.
When is the interview?
Thursday, next Thursday.
What else can you learn about that technology and that platform between now and then?
Well, that's the thing. I just don't know which one they're using, because when I looked it up, it was almost like the name of like all platforms. You know what I mean? It was saying, you know, fluent in this learning management systems or something.
But you're not. But you're not. But you're not fluent in that.
I'm not fluent in it. No.
And there's not time for you to get fluent in it. So you're going to have to own that.
Right.
But I say go for it anyway. I love this. Because here's what I know. I know a lot of companies are saying, I want good people.
Yeah.
And we'll get good people in and train them. So I say take a shot at this.
Well, I have to say, Ken, you're the one who's given me the strength and the what's the word I'm looking for? Just the guts to go for it, because I just listen to you every day and hear you say how there's more jobs than there are people out there, and so people are going to hire people that maybe are a little bit underqualified but are ready to work, and I'm just really scared.
I get it. Let me ask you a question, Christy, and this is kind of in code. Do I know this company?
It's a university.
A university here in Nashville?
Here in Nashville, yes.
Have you already submitted your resume to them? I guess you have, right? Did you do my version?
I have, yes. Yeah, I did your version because I know somebody who's an adjunct professor there.
Ooh, I love it. I love it.
So I don't know if that's why I got in or not, but...
Well, I would reach out to that adjunct professor and ask.
Oh, her father just died. That's the only thing, and so I don't really feel comfortable doing that this week. It's a tough position I'm in.
It's a tough situation. It is tough. Okay, all right. Well, you know what? Here's what I'm going to say. When you get in the interview, I want you to actually say, never mind. I'm not going to do that. If they knew my program and I knew that they would know, I almost want you to kind of blame me for like taking a shot at this because I want you to be able to say, I know I can learn this. And I just believe that I'm going to be as hungry as anybody else you could possibly hire, and I'll learn this and learn this quickly. And the reason I'm doing this is because I talked to this guy on the air, and you know, I don't know. I don't know if that's going to fit. I wish I knew somebody at that university. I tell you what, I'm going to put you on hold. Hey, Madison, I want to know more about this. I want to know what university it is. And there's no promises here, Christy, but I just want to see if I know somebody there. As I love this. I love this, that she's stretching herself, and she's going to put herself in an interview where she's going to go, I can do the curriculum stuff. I just don't know about the technology platform, but I love that. And Madison, while we're at it, if Christy gets this job, I want her back on the air. We're going to absolutely go bananas because she's going to be a hero to so many people. I put myself out there, and I said, hey, I can learn it. Because they've already said they want to interview you. So you're already attractive enough to them. You use the proximity principle through that adjunct professor. I love this. Really fired up over this.